Have you been wondering why your hair is so green? Have you been wondering why, after all the effort you put into your hair, it doesn't grow as long as you want it to grow, or it doesn't look as healthy as you want it to look? So, guys, welcome back to my space. And in today's video, we'll be talking about why your hair isn't growing, what you need to know, what you need to do, and how to do it. So, sit back and watch till the end. Make sure to watch till the end to get all the information that you'll be needing concerning your hair. Okay, guys, so the first thing we'll be talking about is understanding your hair. The first step in having a good hair care routine is to understand your hair. And to do that, you need to know your hair type. We have different type of hair porosity, which is high porosity, low porosity, and medium or normal porosity. You might want to ask, what is porosity, or what is hair porosity, as the case may be. So porosity, in simple terms, simply means how your hair absorbs moisture or water. So we'll go first with the low porosity. How to know that you have a low porosity? You have a low porosity, that simply means that your hair cuticles are tight, are slightly tight, or they are closed. So thereby not allowing moisture to get into your hair. So your hair strands is tight, is closed, so it's not giving way for moisture, or it takes longer time for your hair to get wet, but it dries slowly. So if you have a low porosity hair, how you would know is when you pour water on your hair. If it takes time for the water to go into your hair, if it just falls out, then you know you have a low porosity hair. And then when it takes time to dry, if you finally get to wet your hair, if it takes time to dry up, then you probably have a low porosity hair. And this is common with people that have virgin hair. If your hair have not undergone any form of chemical process like relaxer, dye, and all of those things, then you're likely to have a low porosity hair. And if you have a low porosity hair, this can actually be as a gene. So if you have a low porosity hair, what you need to do is to avoid products that are heavy products, heavy chemical products. You need to avoid such kind of products. And because your hair is low porosity hair, meaning your hair is protein sensitive. I'll talk about protein in another video, but for this video, that's not my concern for this video. So I'll just forge ahead. So if you have a low porosity hair, that means you have high hair protein. There's protein on your hair. So you want to avoid products that have protein in them. You understand? You need to avoid products that have protein in them because your hair cuticles are already tight. So and it means it has enough protein in it already. So you don't need products that have protein in them. And if you have a low porosity hair, which means your hair doesn't absorb moisture easily or it doesn't take liquid easily, then you need to deep condition regularly. That's because your hair doesn't absorb water or liquid easily. So it takes time for it to absorb. So if you just do normal deep condition and just go your way, you might just end up wasting your product. So you need to deep condition as frequent as possible or deep condition always so that the hair can be moisturized at all times so it doesn't feel dry. Because what happens to your hair when it's dry, it begins to break out. Whenever you apply your hair product on your head, you want to make sure to use heat, what's it called? Steamer, hair steamer, so that your hair cuticles can open a little for those products to enter. Look at what it feels like to have a low porosity hair. The cuticles are tight. They are tight. They are not open. It is tight. So you need something that will aid penetration of those liquid into your hair. So you need stuffs like this. This one is called a shower cap, but they have a steamer where after applying those hair products, you just use it, cover your hair, cover it so that the heat can allow those products to enter into it. So guys, so that's it for low porosity hair. That's the characteristics and what to do for low porosity hair. So the next one is normal porosity. When you say you have when someone has a normal porosity, what it simply means is that your hair cuticle is slightly open. It is not closed and it is not widely open. It is slightly open, thereby giving room for easy penetration of moisture into your hair. So, and this is not usually normal, this is not usually genetic. It's usually as a result of low porosity hair turn normal now. So this is where your hair absorb moisture easily. It takes a little longer time for it to penetrate, but it retains the moisture when it is inside already. So this is just like a mixture of um, both low and high. You need to deep condition as always as possible, as well as do protein treatment. Once in a while, you do protein treatment because your cuticles are open, so meaning you can be losing some hair protein. So once in a while, you do protein treatment, you deep condition always, and your hair is prone to build up. So what you need to do if you have a normal porosity hair, I'll be showing you in this video how you can test to know your hair porosity. So, but if you have a normal porosity, you need to have avoid heavy ingredients such as hair butters, hair oils, and all of those heavy things because your cuticles are slightly open. So you don't need to jam pack so much of those things inside. You're somewhere in between. I think this is the best kind of hair because you're not low, you're not high. Because low porosity has its own advantages and disadvantages, as well as high porosity. So if you have a normal hair porosity, you are just in the middle. You're not low, you're not high. So the last or the third type of hair is the high porosity, and this is where many of us fall into. This is the category a lot of persons fall into. So if you have a high porosity hair, what it simply means is that your hair gets wet easily, it absorbs moisture easily, but it doesn't retain moisture. And this is in the case with those with relaxed hair. If you have a relaxed hair, it simply means that your hair has undergone chemical processes, thereby damaging the texture of your hair, and your hair cuticles are now open because of the chemicals as a result of relaxer, dye, and all of those things that you have done to your hair. So your hair cuticles are widely open, just like this. So, and as they are open, once you just pour water on your hair, if you notice, once you pour water on your hair, it just sleeps like a baby girl. So it just absorb all the water immediately, and in a few moments of time, it's already looking dry and it's not looking as though you just applied or you just poured water on that kind of hair. If you have that kind of hair, if that is the case, then means you have a high porosity hair. What you need to do is to use heavy products. Yes, use heavy products because your hair is already open. So as soon as those hair treatments enters into it, it doesn't take time. They are all gone out. So you need to use heavy products such as hair butters, hair oils. All these things you're using are to trap in those moisture, seal up the moisture you've applied on your hair earlier. That's in the case of high porosity of hair. High porosity, you need to do protein treatments because for you to have a high porosity hair, meaning your hair lacks protein. Yeah, your hair lacks protein. So you need to always do a protein hair treatment. There are so many reasons for you to have a high porosity hair. Number one, which is the major of it, is if your hair has undergone any chemical process like relaxer. If you have relaxed your hair, if you've dyed your hair, you're likely to have a high porosity hair. And then if you do heavy styles that require heating always, you're likely to have a high porosity hair because it might not be direct chemical, but your hair is undergoing heat, thereby opening the hair cuticles, your hair cuticles, and then it allows product to go in easily and it doesn't retain any. It can also be genetic, but most of the time it is as a result of hair damage. Having said all of this, what is the best way to care for your hair? The standard way to care for your hair is number one, pre-pulling. Pre-pulling simply means you prepare your hair before you shampoo. Before you wash your hair, you prepare your hair using a hair butter or shea butter, whatever it is. Massage it into your scalp like overnight before you wash your hair. And then there's a method for the standard hair care routine, which is the LOC or the LCO, as the case may be, which is liquid first, oil, and then cream. Liquid means you just apply sprinkle water on your hair, thereby giving your hair moisture. The next one is oil. You apply essential hair oils on your hair and then you use hair creams to seal it up. Or you sprinkle liquid on your hair, which is water. It's advised to use water-based products. Water. The next one is you apply your hair creams, your butter, your hair butters and rest, and then the last you seal it with oil. So any of these ways is a good way to take care of your hair. You don't need to do sophisticated method. You don't need to do plenty of those things. So understanding your hair type is very good, because now you know if you have a low porosity hair, you know you need to abstain from any product with protein. You don't need to do protein treatment. But if you have high porosity hair, you know you have to do hair protein treatment once in a while. So if you haven't understood the kind of hair you have, you need to know, you now know the products to use and how to go about it. And generally, no matter the hair type you have, please avoid products with sulfur. Yes, avoid sulfur products. Make sure to use a sulfur-free products on your hair, because it is not healthy for your hair, no matter the type of hair you have. As a matter of fact, if you must even use a sulfur product, you can use it on a low porosity hair, which is a virgin hair. Because if you have a high porosity hair, you're adding more damages to your hair already. So, having said, always wash your hair, have a hair care routine, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. Wash your hair always, moisturize your hair, and always use a satin or a scarf to sleep. Whenever you apply moisture on your hair, you don't just go to your bed and sleep on your pillow like that. Your pillow is cotton. So you need a scarf, a satin scarf that will help protect those products or those treatments that you've done on your hair. Something like this, a scarf like this, a satin scarf like this. If you're going to bed, you just tie it so that whatever it is you've done on your head will remain there, and it will take its time to sink into your scalp. Believe me, if you do all of this, there's no way your hair will not grow. No matter how stubborn that your hair is, if you do all of this, there's no way your hair will not grow. So the reason why some of us are having difficulty in trying to make our hair grow or maintain our hair length is because we don't know the type of hair we have. We use any products, we use any care routine, you wash your hair every day. I don't know why you're washing your hair every day. Wash your hair every day, or you don't just use the right method or the right products for your hair. So understand your hair type is the basic or the first step in having a healthy hair, a longer hair, a good hair, as the case anything you want on your hair. The first step is understanding your hair, which is testing to know the hair porosity you have. Having said all of that, how to test to know the hair porosity you have. Now we've talked about the low porosity, the high porosity, and the normal or medium porosity. So the easiest way to know the type of hair porosity you have is by get a glass of water, put one strand or two strands of your hair into the water. Once it sinks down below, it is high porosity. If it's somewhere at the middle, it is normal, while if it is floating, it is low porosity. Make sure to test for your hair porosity and let me know if you tried it in the comment section. If you want to see more of this type of video, let me know also in the comment section. I'm Reba. See my hair. My hair is long. I also use rosemary water and cloves on my hair. So thank you for watching, and please do well to you understand, do the needful, like, share, and of course I'll see you in my next video. Bye.